So this is the one spread. Is this the one? So this is the Barbara Moore Book of Tarot. The spread I'm doing is if some querent said, okay, I'm dating someone, I'm seeing someone, is this the one? I'm telling you, I pulled these cards and I swear to God, I think they're for me, but the tarot's smarter than we want them to be sometimes. So there's 6 positions. Center position is your gut feeling. The bottom left is your physical. Bottom right is your emotional. Top left is your intellectual. And then spiritual on the top right. And then the far right is the question you need to ask yourself. I will read, I will read from the book, okay? I'm not gonna lie because I want to get it right. And I've never done this spread before, so we're learning it together. So the first thing we have is in the middle. This is your gut feeling. Okay, so normally, after the reading for card 6, you lay out all your cards, you lay out the first 5, and then you would have your querent pull the 6th card by themselves, for themselves, at the end. So, I did it all together, did it wrong, okay. But that's okay, I mean, we're going through this. So the first one is your gut feeling. Your gut feeling about the other person in the relationship. This could be the real reason you're asking this question. It could be a certain knowing feeling that you cannot explain. So what is your gut feeling? In this case, it's the moon, and that really speaks to why you would ask. You're unclear. You know, the moon is about shadows that are being cast. You're seeing things one way, and the situation really is something else. So I feel like that moon in this case would be that exactly. I don't think there's a lot to it other than, you know, your gut feeling is like you're not clear of what you're seeing. You feel like maybe you're seeing it one way, but it's really not that way. I feel like when we get into the others, this will be more clear, right? Why are you confused? And we're going to talk about all the areas of your life. So when we get to the physical, which is the bottom left, in this case, the 4 of Cups, we have your physical response to the person. Is there that special chemistry between you? Is the physical aspect of the relationship satisfying? This could also be about the logistical aspects of being together, such as distance. This is interesting because if I saw this come up and I see the physical response as a 4 of Cups, I would say either I would say that you're physically not seeing what you should be seeing in a physical realm, and you're bored physically. Like to me, this speaks of no physical attraction, which is really odd. I would think, well, actually looking at these cards, I would just automatically think, not too good. This is probably not the one. But there is some kind of distance there. Now, this should be for the querent, and if she feels like, or he feels like that there's a lot of physical attraction, then I would say that it would be the other person not seeing that quite the same, or not feeling really good about yourself physically. Because the 4 of Cups really is about nonchalance, not giving a shit, excuse me, not caring. So it could be that as well. That's interesting. So let's go to emotional. Your emotional response to the person. Does this relationship encourage balanced, healthy emotions, or is melodrama part of the fun? Perhaps there is a lack in emotional intimacy. How do you feel? This is the 10 of Swords. So to me, that speaks of emotional, it feels like it's over, right? Like emotionally, you've already cut bait. You've already said it's not there, there's nothing there for me emotionally. Which then, I mean, this is kind of, I wish the cards were different, but they're not. So, and I say that because I would rather, we'll have to do this one again because I'd rather have some positive outcomes here. I don't think it's positive. But yeah, I mean, the emotional side is saying, no, it's over. I'm done. It's over. So intellectual, your intellectual response to the person, are you intellectually stimulated or bored or intimidated? Are conversations a pleasure? This card can also relate to how you deal with arguments or face challenges. This is strength, so I really feel like intellectually, you know you're strong, and I think because of what it says in the book, I would say that this could also mean that you tend to fight. When you're together, you tend to have to feel strong. You tend to put up walls. That's what that says to me on an intellectual basis. If this is in a relationship and I get this intellectually, might mean that I'm trying to show my strength. If this was me, show my strength or put up walls. And no, I'm not going to deal with it. This is very interesting in this position. Very interesting. Yeah, that could go a lot of different ways, right? I feel like intellectually it could also mean that there is a lot of strength there. But because I look at the strength card more on a personal basis, I feel like it's putting up walls. Now again, maybe because of the emotional Ten of Swords, maybe if that was a better card, I would see this one differently. So that's where the other cards kind of play a lot in how you're reading. The Ten of Swords emotionally saying it's over puts a whole different spin on everything else. And I feel like, so spiritually we have the Magician, which should be a spiritual card, but I feel like to me, having the Magician in this spot would mean that spiritually you feel tricked, or you feel like someone's not being completely and totally honest. I feel like this really speaks a lot to this relationship will not work. You're asking about it because you see things that are unclear. All of the cards point to that. All of the cards speak to why you're unclear, but yet you probably know that. It would be really interesting if you were sitting with someone and then explaining these and how they felt about them. It would be a really good card. I would really, if I was doing this for someone, I would want to know, like, what the heck? Unless they don't see it, like they don't, sometimes, and the moon says that. The moon says that you're not seeing things as they are, and these cards hopefully will clarify it for the Aquarian. And the last card is the question, and it's the Page of Pentacles, and I feel like the Page of Pentacles is a very good card. The question you need to ask yourself, this could be the most important card. It gets to the heart of the matter, pinpointing the main thing you need to think about before moving forward. And I feel like that would honestly be I feel like there's something else coming in, and that's what you want. You want to move out of the relationship. I'm looking at that Page of Pentacles moving the other way. I feel like that the Aquarian really, really wants more, because it's young and it's a message, and the page is very grounded. So I would say that the reason why this is coming up is because the Aquarian wants more, and it's with all the rest of the cards, it's not being satisfied. However, that page is saying, you ask yourself, what gifts are you being given by this reading? Pages to me are messages and gifts and things of that nature. So what are you getting out of it? And it's facing the other way. To me, that really says that maybe, there's better things on the horizon out there. But a lot of times, until we get rid of a relationship completely, we can't move forward to the next one. And if we do, it's just kind of that, get my mind off of this type of deal. So, yeah, that's really interesting. So in this case, of course, right, it wouldn't be the one, and this would be a really hard one to give, but not really, because the center card is the moon, so the Aquarian knows it, right? Having that moon right there already has told us that they don't know. They don't, they're asking because they're not seeing things clearly, and this will give them clarity. and hopefully, you know, they can move forward into the next thing. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm going to have to do this one again just for fun. Is he the one spread? So, again, Barbara Moore, Book of Tarot. Thanks.